Hello and welcome to Tales Held Dear. We are a Berlin-based group of improvisers and role players who are very excited to be here with you today, live. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'm Jacob Wolf Lefton. I will be your game master and host today. And let's start somewhere in the middle. You.
Oh! I'm Carl Clancy. I'm playing Dale Briscoe.
I'm Mulenko Tetiana Alexandrovna, and I play Ruth Laskava.
I'm Ratan Sebastian. I play Misky Fesa / Rita Snaps.
I'm Marijne Nieuwerf, and I'm playing Cornelius Marin.
Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, it's Patrick, but I took it off
Patrick?
I took it off my my passport because it doesn't feel like it's me. But technically, Carl Patrick Clancy.
Okay.
Carl Clancy 16.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tetiana, I have to let you know, when you look and lean that way, you're out of the frame. Cool.
Do you have a middle name?
No, you're in the frame.
No?
No, I
You know
don't.
what's gonna
I
happen.
really does, but I don't.
Is it interesting?
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know why I know that's a middle name? Because he was the eldest grandson, but I'm the eldest grandchild, and I didn't get the middle name.
The good thing about
Awful.
mine is that
So sexist.
my literary name is C. Patrick Clancy, which I think sounds like a very serious author.
Whoa, that really
Yeah.
does. Okay, C. Patrick Clancy.
Yeah.
Yes, we're joined today with a very special guest, C. Patrick Clancy.
Good afternoon.
We have sorry for the banter. We have a little.
Always apologize for banter.
Some people don't like banter, okay? And then some people are like, that show has banter.
We have such good banter.
A little exciting announcement. We will be performing our next live show on May 31st at 800A in Wedding in Berlin. Tickets will be announced soon. We'll have a link for you, so watch our social media at Tales Held Dear or ask all of us personally and write us annoying notes. When is the ticketing link gonna come? And we'll be very happy about that. We're going to jump into our homebrew world based on the Numenera setting, which is from Monte Cook Games, and we're just going to dive in. We are sitting in the area known as Konova, and you're in the capital city of Konova, which is called Guraton, on the banks of Lake Derset, which is not an isolated lake, as came up in some of the conversation. There's rivers that cut through the entire crater region and feed into the lake, and then leading out of the lake, because the lake sits right, blowing a hole directly in the wall of the crater, the lake connects to the Torn Sea, which then connects to a much larger ocean. So these are several inland seas, and this lake, we're talking, it's really a sea. It's enormous. When you stand at the edge of it, you can't see the other side, and it's also very deep, as you're told, and it is almost a perfect circle because, as legend and historical record has it, it comes from an explosion. So this lake is one of those lakes that formed when some large explosion happened that left a hole in the ground that was probably about 100 kilometers across or so, maybe 50, in between there. It's big. You are standing at the docks right now. As a crowd is starting to form, you're looking at a submarine that is sitting in the water that you have named the White Whale. I believe you've painted it white, or it was painted white for you, and it has a little whale face on it, but you can't see that, it's underwater. And this was built by Isaiah Featherstone from Featherstone Industries, and Isaiah Featherstone has is a friend of Victor's from many years ago, from correspondence during university time. And when you arrived here in Guraton after your adventures in the temple above the clouds, you escaped the temple by jumping on a flying object that was programmed by some mysterious card that you slotted into it, and it just flew you somewhere and then started to dive bomb into this lake. You bailed out, you swam to the shore, and you found yourselves way, way, way south of your original starting point in Sildefen. So you've taken a grand journey and you've gotten here and you've been helping to fix up this sub and get this very experimental vehicle working so that you can get down into the depths of Lake Derset to try to find your flying vehicle.
So the reason we are going and the bottom of the lake is to fetch this flying vehicle so we could fly home.
You've also been talked into doing a little bit of a combination exploration because nobody's been down there ever since the calamitous explosion that happened 1,000 years ago. You've been talked into doing a little bit of delving and a little bit of checking out what's down there. And in that, you've been roped into sort of like an around the world in 80 days kind of race between Isaiah Featherstone of Featherstone Industries and Catherine Hendrickson, who runs Hendrickson Technical, which is another inventor from Konova. Konova being a very invention and entrepreneurial society, building new things. And so you've been sort of volunteared into this race.
I love when I'm being volunteered into doing something.
Yeah. Well, it's like sort of your job, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I mean, I for one am super excited to see what's down there. I think that's the only thing that's keeping me away from home, and that's good right now.
Dale is very curious and excited, a little suspect as to why this inventor won't come down with us in his own submarine. That's never a good sign in my view.
Oh, my ears pop horribly.
Oh,
Yes, I can't deal with the pressure changes anymore at my advanced age.
what age are you?
Gentleman never tells.
I feel like we're roughly the same age, but whatever.
We're
okay.
not. How
Okay.
old are you, young man?
Gentleman never tells.
See? I believe we're at an impasse.
Indeed.
Well, my memories go back at least 75 years. Plus, I've read books that are much older. So technically, in some way, I have memories going back almost.
That's not how it works.
What are you talking about?
I just want to point out I'm not 75. I'm 55.
Yes, whippersnapper.
You look good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You sound old, but you look good.
Are you done flirting?
Why,
Oh,
You'll
yeah, have a
know what
problem
I'm
with
doing.
that?
So you're standing at the docks. A small crowd is starting to gather, and you hear just out of Carl, for Dale, I'm going to offer you an intervention if you want this. 2 XP. You get to give one to someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Take it always.
You hear Dale Briscoe, really? And you turn around and you see a face that you have not seen in, gosh, almost 30 years.
Wow.
Still looking good, somehow. A bit chiseled and taken care of. Short, dark hair, fashionable graying at the temples, like a strong mid-50s, wearing a shirt that's like tight on the chest and a little bit billowy with like a nice collar, and then these leather suspenders attached to leather pants with like a good utility belt on them and all kinds of tools and stuff. You see Swanson Fifemark, who marches up the dock to you
Well, I'll be
from
damned.
the other submarine. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since we ran together.
Swanson, you son of a bitch. I give him a big, like, predator handshake.
Yeah, it's so good to see you.
Can we do a strength check?
You can do a strength check. Yeah, give me.
Not my forte.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a challenging roll of target number 15.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
5.
5. Do you know those guys you meet where when you shake their hand, they're like trying to impress you by squeezing it so hard?
yeah.
It's one of those, like,
I mean, I guess that's what I'm
Dale
doing, but I failed.
Briscoe. It's so good to see you. It's
Nice to see you're taking care of yourself.
Yes, as I recall, as I recall, we didn't part on the best of terms, but it's been 30 years, so
I
I'm
barely
so glad
remember
to
what
see
you're
you.
even talking about. Water under the bridge.
Are these your companions? Is this your crew? I heard that we were going to be There you go. He lets go of your hand.
Yeah,
you can take a point out of your might pool for that.
Okay. Yep. These are my buddies. Wait, are we racing against you today?
Oh my goodness! Are you joining the race?
Nothing to worry about, guys. This one's a lock. This old sumbitch doesn't know his ass from his elbow.
Hi,
Elbows.
Swanson 5 Mark Gentleman Explorer. Good to meet all of you.
Where did you meet Dale?
We ran together 30 in college, I think it was.
Yeah, a long
Yes.
time ago.
A very long time ago. We
What's
had
Dale like in college?
Yeah.
We don't need to get into all that now.
He's the coolest, I'm sure.
Yeah.
well, I don't recall him being exactly the best student, but he was a partier. He joined
had
a
to
club
hit
that I
classes.
started. He joined a club that I started, and he was part of my gang. If you
There was no real leader in that gang. I
No,
feel like
there
it
was
a
quite-
flat hierarchy.
there was under me there was a flat hierarchy.
We all
and
had
there
our
was
own
me.
roles.
Yes, and
you
I
know.
had the role of making sure that everybody knew what they were doing.
not
In a
quite how I
leadership
remember
capacity.
What was your real role, Dale?
I'd fix up the kegs for everyone. Basically.
Yeah, he managed the
That's a
equipment locker as well.
The
It was
equipment
really-
locker too. Yeah,
Really
yeah,
good.
he did a good
And
job.
occasionally he would go and fall down a flight of stairs.
One time that happened. One
Yes.
time.
We would.
I still feel I was pushed.
That-
Yeah.
That's how you make an abortion. In Spanish soap opera,
Oh, okay.
traditionally.
Well, I don't think I was with child at the time. I think I.
Strange
But it was-
things did happen
Acting.
on our adventures.
Yeah,
in
it was
fact.
crazy time in all our lives.
There was that one adventure we had where we were all gender swapped for a while until we figured out how to reverse it.
I do
that was
remember
quite
that. I
interesting.
learned a lot about myself that weekend.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, we had an extracurricular.
club?
Sorry. We had the extracurricular club. It was the Trainee Gentlemen Adventurers Club, and we were learning about all of these curious Numenera sites and how to navigate them. It was a little bit of like a practical, hands-on extracurricular, and we got up to some trouble, and we had a couple of nice adventures, some scary moments, of course.
Yep.
Couple you're so posh, Dale.
What?
The gentleman's club.
I mean, I got into college on a scholarship. I didn't couldn't afford all that, but yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I feel like I learned a lot working alongside you.
Yes.
At the same level.
Yes. Well, it was. Anyway, it's a pleasure. Let me introduce my crew. And he turns around. Juliette Dubois points to a woman who's wearing just like an apron. Her hands are greasy. She's got gloves. She's got like a grease sort of like stripe across her face, hair sort of like messily up, shorter, wrenches and other mechanic tools hanging from her belt. We have Hamish Matador. There's a guy who looks like he should have been in the gang that you ran away from the other day. Just like real grizzled, a bit older, just gray, like spiky beard coming out, gold teeth when he gives you a smile, just like a couple gold teeth and some gaps in there, and a couple of sort of like 6-shooters on his belt, real cowboy energy. And Bartholomew Kaczynski,
fucking Christ.
he's our resident scientist, and he points to a tall, thin person, very, very pale, wearing like a dark gray cloak with a different color lining. You can't tell in the light if it's blue or green, but just gives off these sort of like stands a bit away back from the group and like really beanpole thin and gives off this kind of different vibe.
What is Swanson's surname?
Fife Mark.
Five Mark.
Yes.
Incredible names.
Yeah.
This is also. I think that Cornelius just looks at them as like has decided that they're actually really cool. Who's the equipment operator of your little band of explorers?
Equipment. Well, we all operate certain types of equipment, but I believe Juliet is going to be responsible for the engines and all of the workings, and Hamish is, he's a gun guy.
Those are some fun names you got there. You think them up yourselves? Fun adventuring names.
I don't. Are you having one on me?
No, I think it's cool. You know, you want people to know that you're rough and tumble adventurer. You want, you know, you come up with cool names.
Well, I believe that the only one honestly, I'm under NDA because some of these people have colorful pasts, and if I say something about it and reveal who may or may not have a real name, then it could get out. There's reporters around. You look over and there's like a little roped off area, and there's somebody with one of those big old cameras with a flashbulb, and they see the two of you look over there.
Well, Dale, you can choose a cooler name if you want to.
You don't think Dale Briscoe's a cool name?
But it's very
No
significant.
I mean, I am who I am. We've all got a past, but I ain't got nothing to hide.
I am Ruta Laskava. You might have heard my name.
Charmed. Have I heard your
Yes.
name?
Books?
Books?
Yeah, I'm here for inspiration. I
read.
find depthness of the lake very essential. But
You
I'm,
can't read.
I'm not-
Excuse me.
I'm about to use lavatory on the surface. I think it's more convenient than... So, see you then. And I want to escape this conversation while they're all here.
Yeah.
Go away, vanish, and sneak around their submarine.
Amazing. Roll me a stealth check.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Not what you want in a submarine.
Nope. But hey, we're making do.
Tight, confined space.
So how long you been training in your craft?
Training.
You've been
Well,
preparing
we've
for
been
this.
working with Catherine for the better part of 5 months.
Wow.
Working and consulting, making sure that all of the systems are attuned to our crew for this first time ever journey to the bottom of Lake Derset.
Wow. I mean, this should be a pushover for you then. I mean, we got here last night.
Yes, especially with you leading it. I know we've got this in the bag.
Well, we'll see. I'm
Dale.
despite appearances, I'm still pretty quick on my feet.
I have all the faith in the world that you're going to be fine down there.
What complexity am I rolling? I have generally
Yes.
skill in stealth, and because I vanish, I have another asset, and I rolled a 13.
I would say because you vanish, and you sneak away, and everybody's distracted. This is a pretty. It would be a target 9, and yeah, it would be a target number 9.
Yeah, good.
So
Shadow.
great, you slip away and vanish, and the rest of the group is just sort of like busying themselves. behind
Almost
you.
feels like it'd be a huge embarrassment if you were to lose to us today. As if
Getting
we
a little-
really don't have anything to lose, because if we
That's
lose,
sort
it's
of-
expected. If we win, you look like an idiot.
Am I sensing a little bit of like competitive crosstalk here?
Oh, no, not at all. No, this is all in the name of science, you know? I mean,
This is
This
in
is
the name of
embarrassing.
science.
the scientific community benefits from, you know...
It
we
absolutely does.
We didn't come up with the race idea. We were kind of roped in. That's not really my thing. Kind
No,
of
absolutely
childish.
was not my
No,
idea
no.
either. No, that's from the higher ups. You know, they thought it would be
course,
nice.
of course.
It's all public relations and
Yeah,
media. And
you
all
were
that.
always one for the public relations, for keeping things looking a certain way on the surface.
Well, you know, look, I thought, okay, we know this submarine works. It's not so exciting to go down to the bottom and pick something up and bring it back. Well, how do you get a little bit of fire?
We don't
under
know
it?
if ours works. We were hoping for the best.
Well, that's quite exciting. I
Yeah.
wish you all the luck in the world. I hope we could have a drink afterward.
I look forward to it.
Yes, you know, last time I saw this man, he punched me in the face before we left. So it would be nice to maybe find out.
Not without good reasons,
Oh, I can't wait for
but
this.
again,
I think it was
30
entirely,
years ago.
entirely unprovoked.
Okay, will you just stop your
keep
juvenile
going, this is
fighting
great.
here?
We can discuss it further over that drink.
I'm
later on.
interested
Friendly
in
banter.
how exactly. I mean, this is a scientific exhibition, and I think like we should really like share what we know about each other's crafts to know like how we can push each other the most. Like really.
That would take the sport right out of it.
Oh, but no, come on! Like you give us something. Give us like something
the
that
XP?
we should look out for,
I'll take
or like
the
something that your craft does better than us, so that like we know how to like challenge you.
Well, seeing as I don't
Enhance the
know
sport.
anything about our craft, or your craft rather, your craft, it looks like, I hope there's more of it under the surface there, because it looks quite small.
It's efficient, okay?
That's one way to spin it, yes.
It's got a really cool design. You'll see it in the water.
Great.
It's really
Great.
It's a really cool craft.
I am looking forward to that.
It's not very cool.
What?
It's a childish.
God.
It's like a child's drawing of a whale's
No
face.
one's have fun anymore these
Right,
days,
okay.
do they? We have a cool craft for a cool race, and I'm gonna have cool drinks with this cool guy afterwards.
We're a bunch of cool guys, is what we're getting at here.
And
We're just all of us here are cool guys.
as you're saying that, you hear sort of like in the like mic feedback dum, 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 as Isaiah steps up to this like little microphone, has to like put it way down for himself, and we'll cut over to Ruta while this
Yes.
is happening.
I want to see what they're having, like
Yeah.
what is there on their submarine.
Yeah.
We have this tentacle. What kind of attack cannons or something they have, and I will want to sneak in.
You're trying to go. You want to go in their submarine.
I will look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm searching for information, weaknesses.
Great. Okay, make me an intellect roll as you climb into this thing.
What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is going to be a. Do you have any disadvantages on Numenera?
A lore knowledge.
You
I
have
don't think that's
disadvantages
lore.
on lore. No, it's not. So your difficulty is going to be a 15 because
I'm
of the
gonna
level of this
lower
craft.
that.
Yeah, to a 12. It's just walking in here and trying to understand all the equipment.
It's literally 12.
A 12. Okay, you get in there and it's different than the craft that you have been part of, but it is not too dissimilar. You see some. Okay, there's a driver's control. Their craft is longer, and it has space
Okay.
to move around in it. So it's more of like an actual submarine shape, but it has these two little under the water. It has these two little sort of like flipper attachments, while yours is just this craft with like fan in the back, basically. And theirs has flippers. It seems like it might be able to steer better. I think yours has little flippers as well on it, but theirs has like nice big gliding flippers. It seems like it's built with different use in mind. It has they have sort of like a grabber arm, two of them that can kind of like pick things up and manipulate them. You see control sticks for each of them, where it's kind of like you joystick each one, and buttons to open and close the hands. Up front there's a really nice viewing window for the driver of it, so there is a navigator position and like a periscope and all of this, but the driver has like a really good visibility, which is quite different from yours.
I would like to do a little friendly sabotage.
Oh god.
So,
Kill these people.
oh no. I don't want anything bad to happen to them,
Okay.
but I assume that little flippers, yeah? Like if you row a boat, you want to row with the same speed.
Yes.
So if one of them was a little bit more damaged, then it would be just harder for them to maneuver, because this will be harder.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I put them in danger with this, but I also make their life a little bit harder, just to equalize our opportunities, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, with your fancy schmancy submarine.
Make me an intellect roll. Again, the difficulty would be a 15. Or you could just do like a might check and make it a difficulty 12, sort of ignoring like how delicate it is.
I want to just crush it.
Okay.
Yeah, my check, difficulty 12. I really want to do it,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna lower it to 9. Fuck, that's 6.
Upside
But I-
down 9?
No, it's 6.
Upside down 9?
I'm gonna waste XP on this.
Okay.
It's
12.
a 12.
A 12. So you find a linkage in there, and you like find there's a bolt that actually you can unscrew by hand, and you just unscrew the bolt, and it makes it. It takes something that was balancing the response out, and it just makes it less responsive. You like give it a little tug, and it has
and I
less
memorized-
tension.
And I memorized that if it's the right one, then they're gonna be turning right all the time.
Yeah. And then you sneak on out.
I'll grab one battery on the way as well.
Give me one last stealth check. Again, difficulty
Battery.
12.
Like we have this thing, energy.
Oh, yeah.
So I want us to start
Nice.
with 11.
Nice.
I have skill on stealth and I am invisible.
Okay, so that's 6. So
19. I rolled
you-
a 19.
move out of the sub. You see this tall, thin, cloaked guy sort of like look, and then shake his head and walk to his sub.
On a 19, I will breathe on the window, draw a heart with my finger, so when it gets steamy, because they're all nervous, they will see a heart there.
Nice.
Incredible.
A calling card.
The
Did I steal an energy?
yeah. Roll me a d4.
One energy!
It's got one. It's like a small little crystal. It's kind of like been shaved into almost like a rectangular shape. It's like quartzy material, and it's got a slight glow in it. When you hold it in your hands, it's a little bit warm.
It's like stealing a USB stick.
When you hold it up to your ear, you can hear faint tinkling of like bells or like delicate glass breaking.
Is it like one of those?
Yeah, almost like
Chinese, what are they
those.
called?
Those, yeah, the rolling balls with the like the little bell. It's kind of like that, but a bit sharper.
Okay.
But just when you hold it up to your ear, and it's constant. It doesn't happen if you shake it.
I'm gonna come back and brag about the detox tea. It is the best. I am having the best poops ever.
The speech has started from Isaiah Featherstone, who's welcome to, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to invite you all to witness this first ever race to the bottom of Lake Derset. The first time in 1,000 years we will uncover some mysteries of the deep. And Catherine Hendrickson and I are very close colleagues normally, but we have decided to put this friendly wager forward that one of us will reach the bottom first, because we both have submarines that developed. Miss Hendrickson, would you like to say something? And she takes the microphone up to her height. She says, yes, I would. Thank you, Isaiah, for this opportunity. I'm very delighted to display our technology that we've been working on. There's many great inventions that come out of this, and it will benefit all of Konovan society. So I'm very proud to be able to display this to the assembled ministers and other important people. And you look through the crowd, and you see just like a number of people wearing like top hats and jackets and just being all formal and stepping up. And let me know if there's anything you want to do in this moment.
I would like to hide my face just with like a scarf or something.
Yeah, make me a roll for that. Again, you've got a difficulty of
that's
it
a
was
4.
the difficulty was higher. You're putting a scarf up over your face, and you look up and you see very familiar eyes staring at you directly from the crowd of Eva,
I'm gonna give her a wink.
just staring at you, like not taking her eyes off you in any way. And then there's and now we invite all of the contestants to get to the edge of their docks. When we sound the starting pistol, you will climb into your submarine and the race will be on.
Have you told us about your sabotage?
Yes.
That's fucking incredible work. Let's give you a big hug.
Oh, thank you.
Fucking, we gotta beat these motherfuckers, all right? It's a point of pride for me. We gotta
What's
beat
the
these motherfuckers.
competition? Like, are we getting to, it's just to get to the place, not to discover anything about the place?
Yeah,
I
good
think we're
question.
supposed to bring something back, right?
A sample of some sort, yeah.
But we also are trying to get our ship,
Yeah,
so we have 2 jobs.
kind of.
Is the sample literally like scoop up some soil, or is
This
it
is unclear.
unclear?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully it'll be obvious what we bring back. We want to bring back a better thing than them.
Yes.
I mean, we could bring back our craft. I think that would be,
Yeah,
you know,
but it's not really going to reveal much about the ancient calamity in the lake.
yeah, I guess.
And-
So we need to bring our craft for us, and some sample for winning in the for Dale's Pride.
So if we get
Which is-
into
yes.
the craft, we can just fly the craft out.
Do we know that it works underwater? It probably doesn't if it sank, right?
We need
It
to.
didn't sink though. It went
didn't
there on
sink,
purpose.
yeah.
Oh,
I
it went there
don't
on
think
purpose.
it
That's
parked.
right. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
is it designed to dock with a submarine in an air seal way?
Yeah, probably
That's-
not. Probably not.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll just get everything. Well, I really want to
And
get
in the middle of your conversation,
bottom.
Oh,
Come on, crew, get in.
you dive into this.
Super fast in the submarine already. Don't
Yeah.
want to that.
So the way this works is it is a series of actions, of turns basically, as you race to the bottom of the lake.
Is our camera on?
Your camera is on, yes. However, it's a little bit like the framing is a bit wonky.
Should I move over?
No? No? You're great. You're all great.
Oh, thank you.
You're all great. Did you know that?
The hug felt nice.
You're all great. Okay, so just adjusting cameras so that we can catch the thrilling action of this verbally described underwater race. You dive into your craft. It is going to be a series of rolls. On each turn, each one of you can do something. You have a different role in your, like a position that you're going to take in this vehicle. It is tight. There is a good visibility for a navigator sitting up top. Their feet are kind of like dangling shoulder level of the equipment operator and the engineer. And the driver is sitting just in front of them, almost with like a foot in the back of each one, like one of your feet. For those of you who are equipment and engine, one of your feet is up bent because the driver is sitting in front of you, like pushing against the back of the seat. The back of the seat is not solid, so every time that they push, it kind of like rocks a little bit.
Oh no, my
so
knees don't do well when they're folded up for too long.
It's tight. It's a beautifully constructed craft. Maybe not really meant for 4 people. It was probably a bit ambitious.
Then when we like enter it, it's like we first enter and they're like, no, other sequence, you have to go.
Yeah.
No, like,
So-
yes, yeah, no, that's my knee.
You
yeah.
practiced it. I would like you all to make a standard level 6 DC 6 roll, just to make sure you can get into the craft well.
5.
3.
Yeah.
6.
Dale's belly, our bellies just get caught against each other.
Okay.
You know that classic bit of slapstick where 2 people walk through a door at the same time, like doo doo.
Yeah. So you 2 get stuck in as you're trying to go in. You're driving, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
6.
You got a 6. You slip in first, and right behind you, they get stuck together, and you go fully overboard
Yeah, I mean, no,
You fail as well.
with a 1.
Wait,
Mary.
you rolled a d6, we all
Oh.
rolled a d20.
You rolled a d6.
You
Roll
said D6, right?
No,
DC6.
6 is the difficulty. You have to roll a d20.
Right.
But you know what I'm gonna do? Because you rolled a d6, I'm gonna say you fell in the water.
Come on.
I brought it on myself.
Oh
I
no.
can't swim, by the way.
Does
so-
fucking Swanson notice this? He's curious.
They're in the sub already.
Oh, motherfucker. Well, at least.
So they are ahead of you. You get yourself sorted out. There's you. Oh my! This race is off to quite an interesting start. They must have some sort of plan. You get in the sub. You get it started off.
I'm gonna wait till they're getting in the sub by choosing a CD to put in Magnetola,
And what is your soundtrack? Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Okay. There you go.
As navigator, I'm vetoing any new metal. Basically.
Look, it's just new metal.
Oh,
it's just
God.
System
New
of a
Metal.
Down.
It's
It's
Rage
Korn.
Against the
It's
Machine.
Can we put on some corn at least? Can we-
Yeah.
Okay, we can compromise on
this world-
issues.
In this world, it's called Numenera.
Numa metal? I don't know.
It's barely anything.
Corn with a C.
Cut that.
Okay, I scramble up to very undignifiedly.
Yeah.
Bathrobes dripping
Yeah.
into the subtom submarine.
So I'll give you an option. Do you want to switch roles because you're stuck, or do you want to?
No, we'll just.
Wait,
Okay.
we will wait. We will wait for them to
Cool.
unstuck.
Unstick.
Yeah.
Great. So you unstick, you shuffle, you get in there. Your first sort of action in this sets you one step behind their sub. You go down under. You can see their sub starting to warm up. You are in. You could get the engines starting to warm up.
I need a very important question about
Yes.
like the setup here.
Yeah.
What is the shirt situation there?
The what?
The shirt situation?
The short?
The shirt.
Oh, the shirt. Oh yeah, I'm shirtless. I'm
Okay,
fully
thank
shirtless.
you.
'Cause I think Dale's wearing a shirt now. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Although,
either can wear.
hey, I'm in charge of climate control here. We may both have to go shirtless.
Yeah.
Control yourselves.
I am
You may
not
all.
against.
All right.
I will adjust them.
I would like to shake myself like a wet dog.
Yeah. There's now a puddle starting to like grow in the bottom
Yeah,
of this thing.
is he up above us and like dripping on us, or?
Well, are you the
I'm the engineer.
You're the engineer, so you go down. You
It's
come down
humid.
into
Okay,
it. Yeah. So the way that it works is down in front is the driver, and then behind them, sort of like up a half a level, slightly higher are the engineer and the equipment manipulator, and then sitting directly above them is the navigator.
Okay.
And then this is all in like a big old bubble. And for the driver, you have about a window like this that you can look out. And for the navigator, there's a nice dome up top where your head pops in and you can do this.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was just imagining
Oh
like
no.
on
Yeah,
the
like-
screen
Like
is
a
this
suricate?
shirtless, but it's just glistening with sweat and humidity.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the middle of a human centipede here.
I think corn really suits the vibe here. Okay, let's go.
There's little glass, little glass or thick crystal windows also on the, so you can kind of see below you. But it gets darker that direction. You drop into the water. You can see their sub like 50, 100 feet in front of you, and this is your first round of the race. Each of you has a roll. What would you like to do for your roll?
I think I should go first and just make an observation to
Yeah.
see where the hell we're going.
Yeah.
So it's an intelligence roll.
Yeah,
I would use some pool
Okay.
effort on this.
great.
And that's intellect, is it?
It is intellect, yes.
Okay.
So it would start at a 12.
Yeah. My effort is 2 now.
Yeah.
So what do I need?
So you can.
And also I've got find the way.
Are you gonna put 2 levels of effort into it?
Yeah.
And
But that
what's
only
your-
costs me 1
What's your intellect
edge,
edge?
right? Intellect edge is 1.
Okay, so the first one costs you 2, and then it costs you 2 more points to do 2 levels of effort, and that will drop it down to a 9.
Okay, but my pool then goes from 13 to 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 13 to
10.
You put 4 in. 13 to 9.
Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. But also I have, right, find the way.
Okay.
Does that drop at a level?
I think I gotta just consult my my book here.
I mean,
real
it's
quick. Hang on a minute. We'll go up to the delve and your tier. Find the way. When you apply effort to a navigation task, take a free level of effort. Yes. So it's free, the first
so it
level.
puts me to 11.
Yeah.
And what do I have to roll?
And so now you have to roll a 9.
Okay. 7, I'm going to use XP. And I roll a 3.
Okay, the best idea you have is down.
Okay.
But you can, you lose sight of them, basically,
Okay.
with that roll. You just
Down
know,
the hatches, me hearties.
you just know that it's down, but you can't
Okay.
spot them. You don't know where
Okay.
they are, how far ahead of you they are,
Okay.
or anything like that. Driver?
I'll take my armor off, and I just will accelerate down
Okay,
to compensate for our long entry.
before we really do that, let's ask the engineer.
Yeah, I mean, we already have energy,
Yeah.
but can I charge the acceleration,
So you want to push it?
push it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a roll. It would be a 12 difficulty. What's
then
your specific Numenera?
Is understanding Numenera?
Understanding.
I don't-
It's not using it.
Yeah,
so,
not really.
you get the system, but actually activating it, you're still at a 12, but you can put effort into it if you want.
Yeah, I'll put it effort into
Yeah,
it.
and so 2 points drops it down to 9 for you, I think, because
Yeah.
your edge is 1 and your effort is 1. A
9, exactly, yeah.
Okay. Describe for me what you do on the engine of this thing. It has a crank, it has a funnel, it has some buttons, it has a pull rod, pedals.
Okay. So I'm assuming here to push the system, I'd have to generate more than the required amount of.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think maybe I do something where I wrap. My bathrobe around the crank of the thing and then pull it like I'm starting what's it those saws or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So a starter cord
Yeah.
to pull this. Your bathrobe, of course, squeezes out all the water
In
that
the
was in
process,
that part,
yeah.
spraying water everywhere on everybody. So on the back of the driver's neck, you just get sprayed with slightly warm.
Victor, what was
Scratch
that?
in that as well.
What was that?
It could be any liquid from the last 2 weeks.
That is the worst answer you could have given me.
Ew. Incredible.
Christ.
Try to rub it against.
But yes, what the roll was for was to make sure you didn't damage anything, you didn't overload a system. The energy goes into the acceleration, no problem. So you accelerate extra. So, excuse me. Make me a drive roll. It would be 12. Now it's dropped to 9 because of the push. 15. And with the acceleration, you get extra speed. So you're all jammed back in your seats as this craft really starts to accelerate through the water, heading in what direction?
Down.
You just start driving down.
Like numbness in the ears.
With that roll,
everyone.
also, you see in the bottom, you're at the lake shore. It kind of drops down, right? But you go down, which means that you come toward the ground very quickly, and then you're able to control it. So you don't bounce on the bottom of the ground. Let's go to the equipment manipulator. Is there anything that you would like to do in this moment? You can also, because it's not written on here, but you can also just give someone else the help action and give them an additional asset.
Can I do a help action, but can I do something for it?
Yes.
Can I? Okay. The tentacle is the grabber thing.
Yes.
Right? Can I spin it really fast and try to make the submarine go faster?
Sure.
That's my action.
Yeah. Tentacle. Blah, 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 blah.
I realize this might be very tiring. It was like a crank system or something.
Yeah, you've got it kind of you're holding it bent and on a joystick.
I keep the mirror adjusted. You're very helpful.
Yeah, muscles just like bulging, sweating.
Glistening. Just so damp right now with like
Damn.
unknown
So
liquids.
the inside of a submarine is supposed to keep you dry, but you somehow like very quickly it's wet in here.
I mean, there are multiple reasons for that.
I want to like an oily rag and like
Yeah.
wipe off the sweat so that I have like, you know, oil stains over
Okay,
me as well
great,
now. Just
great.
adding to
Just
this.
like
Yes, this is
Stop distracting everyone. Come on.
be one with the water. Come on.
So with that acceleration, with that successful acceleration, you pull into view of the other craft. You are a little bit deeper, but closer to the edge of the lake, but you're behind them. You can see them. They're kind of making a path into the middle of the lake, and you've dropped down, and you're cutting. You've dropped down, so you see them. You're lower than them, but they're further ahead of you. Three-dimensional space. We'll try to hold it in our heads.
We're lower, but they're further ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you can imagine like triangle stuff, they're this part of the triangle and you're this part of the triangle. That was the first round. It starts to get a little bit darker in the lake. Like you come down about 100 feet and hello, I have no diving experience. I don't know. There are some real numbers on how deep the sunlight goes in.
It starts to dissipate exponentially, I know that much.
Yeah, it's dimmer here. Visibility is going down. There's a light that you can turn on. It costs an energy. Right, that acceleration cost an energy. So
Yes.
it was 2 energy from the craft
Yeah.
to accelerate. So you've used 2
We're at
2
8
points
now,
of
yeah.
energy.
8 now.
No, but 9. Right?
8 now, and we have 1 battery.
Yeah.
Which you haven't plugged in yet.
Yeah.
There's like a funnel that leads into this thing. It looks like just a chipper shredder, you know? Like it just has like teeth in there. Like metal teeth. You just throw whatever, banana peels, whatever. in there. Keep it
Yeah,
going.
in Numenera sources, we had a few, right? Like we picked
I
up
feel
a
like
few
you've
in our
been
adventures.
going through a couple of them. Round 2. What do you want to do?
Deal. We need direction.
Well, follow that sub, and I'd like to give an asset to our driver.
Okay, great. Driver, you're gonna have an asset to follow the sub. Their sub is 1 level higher than you, so actually keeping up with them is a DC 15, so that asset drops it to a 12.
If they're higher than us, then I would
Yeah.
like to maintain our depths, but
Yeah.
like,
You want to get under them, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'd say under, but a bit behind, so as they descend, we can follow them.
Yeah. Our purpose is to find something valuable and to find our ship.
Yeah. Do we have any sort of tracking on our ship with any of these cards or anything like that?
What do you mean tracking?
Like, do we know where our ship is? We can't.
We suspect that it went to the underwater observatory.
So we're looking for this.
Yeah, so I think something like underwater architecture
Alright.
should.
Yeah. At the moment, it's just water. Water,
Okay.
water.
Right, I'll use mine to recharge the engine.
Yeah. Roll it would be a 12 to charge the engine. It costs 2 points from intellect and roll
Yeah. 16.
16. Costs 2 points. You have an edge of 1, so it just
Yeah.
costs you 1 point. As you, what do you do to recharge the engine?
This time I'm just going to crank it
Great.
normally.
Roll me a d6.
We're gonna hand crank
Oh,
submarine.
It fills up 2 points.
Okay.
Yep.
We're all just like there, like this. Like, keep this
There's
thing
like
going.
Pedal boat
like bike
submarine.
chains on the
Yeah.
walls and like things. Yeah, it's a bit.
I think this is from the edge of CrossFitters.
No, this is like a mad professor vibe to it. I feel.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
yeah.
am really into.
So Ruta, you were in the other sub, which looks like actually a finished product. This one looks like somebody's hobby built toy in a way. Getting in here, you're like, huh, their submarine didn't have the exposed mechanisms and all of this stuff, and it was a bit more spacious. Like each one of them, their chairs had swivel on them, so like the two positions, and there was like you could move between them, and so they could spin and talk to each other and then move back to their station.
Yeah, this does not feel safe, but I also think if I die here, I don't have to deal with the upstairs situation.
Have you told us about the upstairs situation?
I think I have, yeah.
Okay. Who was that?
The ambassador of Lemuria, which is also my ex,
Oh,
which
shit.
makes it very hard, is also my sister-in-law.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
Wait, who left who?
I left her for her sister, which she was jealous about for a while.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
She's my illustrator. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a working relationship.
Yeah. And the Eva, the diplomat, introduced us.
Wait, your books have illustrations?
Oh wait, no, sorry.
about that.
I thought you meant the ambassador was also your illustrator, but the sister's the illustrator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
My wife. Yeah.
Oh, your wife is your illustrator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I didn't know you had pictures in those books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she's incredibly talented.
I'll have to check them out.
Now you're reading.
Anyway. Now I'm
Do
getting
you have
distracted.
any books on you?
I must.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in my bag.
We don't have time. We don't have time.
Keep peddling.
Keep cranking.
Okay, you're giving the help action to the driver. You've recharged the engine. Are you doing anything?
I am nervous about the impending darkness.
Yeah.
And I would like to have my more like ready in action with the
Yeah.
long range harpoon. I'm afraid that something's going to jump out at us.
Do you want to turn the lights on?
I think we can turn a light on at this point, right?
We're gonna be one shiny thing in the middle of the darkness, very attracting attention.
Okay, let's wait off. Let's hold off. But also,
We need.
we'll be more surprised if something does come out.
Yeah, we need to be able to see.
Also, with the light, we might be able to
I will
find.
remind you of the life form observatory helmet as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm just
I
thinking.
can do that next time.
Yeah.
If we could find markers of where we have to go if we switch the lights on.
You can still see, it's still dim. There's still nothing around you.
And then I just ready the
Yeah.
harpoon and that's it. If it's still
Okay,
dim.
cool. It's getting harder and harder to see. Great. Let's make another roll. So we're dropping it. It's down to a 12 because of the help that you're getting. Are you putting any?
Yes, 14.
14. Amazing. You managed to sort of position yourself exactly where you want to be in relation to their sub. You're kind of beating them, and so if it were a straight race, you'd be pulling ahead of them because of the acceleration you did. You caught up, and you'd be pulling ahead of them. It costs 1 energy to maintain the speed that you're at, so mark that down.
9 now, yeah.
7.
And-
battery.
No, wait, I got 2 back.
Oh,
So, yeah.
we are at 9.
Yeah, I made it a little
Why am I
resource
counting
management
it
game.
and you're counting it? I will just trust you to count it.
And you, you get to position yourself however you want to be. So you want to be like a little bit behind them, but deeper.
I don't want to be. Ah, yeah.
Stop getting distracted. Come on, Ruta.
Cornelius winks at Ruta.
Jesus Christ.
A little. Like,
Corniest fucking submarine.
that was dirty. So you're in position where you can pull ahead of them at any moment, or you could slip into like a blind spot of theirs or something like that. You're not entirely sure that they see you, but you are following them.
Have they got their light on?
Not yet. No. Third round. Now it's starting to get quite dark. You're almost losing them. You have to get closer and closer to them to be able to see them, and they're turning into just sort of like a dark shape in the water.
And we have our light on?
You don't have your light on.
And who does that?
It could be the navigator or the It could be any of you, actually. There's like a dangling...
Is that a whole action to...
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have the helmet.
Because, look, it's a light... It has multiple dimming settings, and it has blinky settings.
Okay,
and
okay.
you have to...
I guess I'm doing the light then, rather than life form observatory. Well, no, I'll do life form observatory first, light next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Funny helmet.
Yeah. All right. Costs 1 energy, 2 intellect. Exactly. Yeah. It's got like... Yeah.
Funny helmet.
This has
yeah, it's
drained
a
all
funny-
the horniness from the summer.
Finally.
Okay, not God thing.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Funny helmet.
I recently learned that there's a legitimate genre of clown porn, so...
Not
Clown
surprised.
porn. Each to their own.
Apparently, sorry, just to educate people, apparently
important.
the major, there's
Entertainment.
2 camps, and the
Yes.
major difference, I think, is if a balloon gets popped in the scene or not.
Wow.
I don't know. I would have thought it would have been like happy clown, sad clown
Yeah.
stuff, but no, if a balloon pops.
balloon.
Anyway.
Because when a balloon pops, it just takes me out of it, you know?
Yeah, I hate when my balloon pops right in the middle of
Gross.
the scene. It just,
Yeah.
Anyway,
So you're gonna give me a roll,
A funny helmet roll.
funny helmet roll.
Obviously seduction roll.
No, it's intellect. I'm
Intellect
gonna
again, yeah.
So does my say placating animals doesn't really count here, does it?
No.
Find the way? Probably not.
Although you do have animal knowledge, right?
I mean, it doesn't say that, but yes, I do.
What does it say?
Well, riding. Okay, training, riding, placating animals. Identifying using natural plants.
How much experience do you think Dale has underwater?
That's a good question. I would say less than none, but
Less than none.
very little.
Very
I'd say
little, okay.
during the war there had to be some sort of, he had to turf in with like the Navy at some point.
But it was mountain navy, so like river operations and...
Which is more complicated.
Yeah.
Altitude diving is a lot more complicated than... Well, are we at sea level, I guess? We're not. This isn't the sea, is it?
You're much lower right now.
It's still altitude diving. So yeah, same type of thing.
Great. So I would say, yeah, take it.
Okay.
It brings you down to a 9.
Okay.
And then if you want to spend effort on it, you can.
I'm tempted, but because I've been around such dog shit, but I'll go for it. 9.
Okay.
That's a coin flip, isn't it? I'll put effort in.
It is a coin flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this takes down to a 6.
Huh?
17. Okay.
17. Cool. You put this on, and all of a sudden it's like boom, like some sort of almost sonar, but you're getting like a sensation of warmth and heartbeats and things like this, and little bits of bioelectrical energies and things like that. It kind of takes over your ability to see for a moment. It really occupies your mind and your vision. You sort of go into that world. It's like when you're listening really intensely and you stop visually processing. The submarine in front of you, 4 live bodies in it, some various like biomechanical operations going on inside of it. Same with your submarine, you can feel them very close to you. Funny thing about their submarine, it's listing to the right.
Yeah.
And you realize that now. Okay, they have a rightward direction now that you're observing it.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't follow them so closely then.
You feel out 100 feet, small fish all over the place. Things like coming alongside you, curious, things darting away, things spooked by you. Down, you feel also fish as well. They get a bit bigger down there. There's some weird shapes as well, sort of like, that's more of a jellyfish, or like some sort of eel or slug or something like that, things that aren't bony. and you get this sensation of the variety of the life in here, sort of floating bits of plants and such. And you are not close to the bottom of this lake yet. There's still more. Visually, looking down, you can see nothing at this point. It just turns into blackness. And looking up, there's just a tiny gray, like blue-green light of the sun, sort of like up in the water. Very, very faint at this point. And you can track where the sub is going. And you feel that if you expended your energy outward, if you spent more time concentrating on it, you'd be able to push the consciousness further. And you have a sensation that, like, it's almost like when you think you hear something, but you need to really like start to listen in on it. Or when you're in the dark and you're like waiting for your eyes to adjust focus. So you're in that place.
So I can nearly hear something.
You know there's other stuff out there,
Okay,
but you can't quite get a handle on it.
This costs 1 energy to turn on, by the way, if you want to put that in. Can I communicate the basics?
Yeah.
And also tell Ruta, they're listing rat, so try and keep us steady. Don't necessarily follow them to the rat. They should be drifting away from us, so keep her.
All right.
There's definitely a nautical term for this. Steady as she goes.
I?
Nice.
Do you maintain speed?
Yep.
Okay. I'd like you to make me just another roll, DC 12.
Nuh-uh.
So you maintain speed and you let them pull away from you a bit, but then you lose sight of them in the darkness. For Victor,
Do I?
you don't. No.
Okay.
I'll just charge the engine again.
Okay. Make a roll.
One.
1. I'm going to say that as you go to charge the engine, something hiccups in it. Like you start to take the crank and it like jumps and there's like a and this cloud of like sort of like bluish smoke with glitter just like blurts out of the like a glittery
glitter bombed.
Blurts out of the funnel and starts to fill the cabin with the smell of like blueberry pie, but like that's been sitting out for a couple days. So it has like it's like sweet but sour, and your craft is gonna take 2
Blueberry pie damage.
2 physical damage.
We've been sabotaged by clowns. Sexy clowns. 2 physical damage.
Yeah.
Of its
I
12
don't
health.
succeed in getting any energy.
You don't succeed in getting any energy.
Okay.
And also, like, you feel this, like, shudder, and this big old bubble just detaches from somewhere from the back around your craft and just goes and, like, heads up to the surface. And you watch this big bubble go up. And you assume on the surface of the lake there's all of a sudden, like, a boom. You know, like, when you fart in the bathtub?
Yeah, glitter bloom. Yeah.
So you got glitter, everyone's sweaty and damp. It's a festival.
The next round of this race, you hear like on a this is the Mary's Revenge coming in. Can you hear us? This is Swanson Fifemark. We seem to have a steering control. I'm sorry. White Whale, are you there? We're having a little bit of an issue with one of our rudders, and we just wanted to check in, see how everything's doing. Wish you a gentlemanly howdy do. Hope your race is going well.
Will this take my turn to respond? Or?
There's like a little sort of like hand radio thing there. No,
Okay.
Talking is easy.
What's the name of their craft again?
The Mary's Revenge.
Copy that, Mary's Revenge. This is White Whale. Captain Dale speaking. Am I captain? Is that okay? Okay, great. Sorry to hear that. Feel free to lock in on our coordinates and follow us. We can guide the way if you're unable to navigate your craft. Over.
Navigation is fine, it's just the steering, but if we should get into a spot of trouble, we'd love to, pitch in. If you need any help, we're happy to help. You just let us know.
Is that a trap?
Hey, we're all in this together. Over.
That's the gentlemanly camaraderie that I always knew from you, Dale.
We got him on the ropes, guys. Go dark. System dark. No. Yeah, no, we don't want them to fucking die. Okay, so great job. We've thrown them off just the right amount. I can use my turn, I think, to turn on our light,
Yeah,
both to help them and to find her out.
cool.
I would like to try to repair this thing that's broken
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
As long as Dale gets the moral victory out of this, I don't really care if we win or not. But if I can at the surface be all like, if he has to like thank us for saving his life, that's all I need.
Okay, cool. Good. You, for your turns, you're going to turn your light on. You're going to keep your heading.
Yeah.
You're going to repair.
Yeah.
And you're going to
Hold my action.
hold your action. What are you holding?
Harpoon.
Harpoon. Cool. You don't need to roll to turn the light on.
Okay.
You just cycle through a whole bunch of like
Okay.
light patterns and colors until you get one that pleases you.
Ooh, disco.
One of them is disco.
Yeah, nice. All right.
This
Sparkles.
gives me very cabaret vibe.
Yeah, it works well with the glitter.
It's like the same thing. It like turns off the interior light and then it turns on the exterior light and then off the exterior light and on the running lights and then on the dashboard light and like every single lighting pattern that could possibly happen from this thing exists on one pull cord.
The cord that was used in like a child's crib or something
Yeah.
like that has been repurposed.
Yeah, exactly. It's got like extra knots in it and it's kind of brown.
I'm gonna act like a dad when you turn on the light in the back seat. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You want us to crash?
Chill out, chill out.
You lose full visibility when the cabin lights come on. Like all of a sudden you're just looking at yourself in a mirror. Like you can't see. You cycle through the lights and I'm gonna offer you an intervention if you want.
Okay.
Do we
As a
take
team?
interventions when we're deep underwater in a tiny little sub?
You
Why
can
not?
pay me an XP to
No, let's
skip
take it. Let's take it.
Okay, cool. You decide as the submarine who gets each point of XP.
I have 0 XP by the way right now, so if anyone wants to.
You can have it.
Okay, cool. Yeah?
Oh, there's
Take
two,
one
are there?
XP. Yeah.
2
Okay,
points.
well, you take one. Do you need any?
You
spent one.
cannot. You have to take one.
Oh, I take
and
one.
give
Okay.
one.
Okay,
No,
then.
I offered it to sub, so you just distribute it to whomever.
We have 2
Yeah,
XP though.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you need one?
I have one.
No, okay, I'll take it then. All right.
Great. You cycle through all the lights, and just as you get that like perfect alignment of exterior light with interior dimming, you see a big shape move under you, and
Whoa.
the glint of I, and then it, and the craft rocks.
It's Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Can I use my action?
We're going to go to break, and we're gonna be in your actions in this moment. So I'm gonna put up a break screen. We're gonna be back in about 7 to 10 minutes, and we'll see you there. And we're back, and we come back into a moment of tension as you click on the lights and you watch as deep, just at the edge of the light radius, suddenly lit up is the glint of many eyes passing under you of a big body of some creature, and you can feel the craft sort of rock from the water being displaced by this creature moving through it alongside you.
So I had a readied action.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get an action and an action? in
It,
Numenera, or?
it means that you get, you can take 2 actions, absolutely.
Cool. Then the first action, I would like to shoot at this creature with the harpoon because I'm scared.
You're just gonna shoot directly at it.
Are you sure it's hostile?
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe not.
are you
Or should I not? Should I hold
Hey,
off?
do you? It's your readied action. So
It was my ready to action.
is
that's
that
the
your
other thing.
Yeah.
impulse? Is just to pull the trigger?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Make me a roll. It would be a 15.
All right. Well, I missed.
You feel the harpoon, the whole craft shudders as this harpoon goes, and then through the water, and then another shudder as it hits the end of the cable.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's good.
Maybe
Dale,
that is
is this a hostile eye eldritch horror or a peaceful eye eldritch horror?
Well, I don't know. I think we're about to find out, though.
So let's get back into the actions for the round. What's your action gonna be for the driver?
I'm gonna accelerate.
Okay. And for the engineer,
Repair.
and for the equipment guy,
Spike.
you're gonna put the spikes out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will say I'm extremely backlit at the moment, or not really backlit, but just like the light changed in here. So it's
Do
very
I get a
interesting.
go this round?
Do
Or
you
did I
get a
have
go?
mine?
You
I turned on the light.
turn the lights on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now you've seen it. You hear it over the radio like, was it? Are you close to us? Something just rocked our ship.
No, that's an unidentified life form.
How thrilling!
It looked pretty big.
Even better. So let's roll for the acceleration. 2 energy.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
I don't think acceleration works great with also puffing up like a.
Did you just put us in reverse?
Let's
Yes.
let's go to the engine. We'll go through all of these, and then we'll they're happening simultaneously, and then we'll
difficult is
describe
the
what
repair?
happens. The repair, it's a 12 normally.
I'll use intelligence to drop that.
Okay.
To 9.
To 9.
5.
5. You cannot figure out how to whatever happened on this thing.
Everything's slippery.
You are putting out the spikes. That's going to cost 1 energy.
Oh, okay.
So
Are we
that's
doing an energy? 5
Oh,
energy.
that's one more.
not a lot of.
So we're down to 4.
4 energy. Yeah. So I'm going to say this. You slam on the accelerator. You try to like adjust some things to go faster, do what you did right at the start, and you and boom, all of the lights go dark for a moment as the craft shudders, and you can just feel it
Shutters.
shudders like and you can just feel it just start to sink as you lose complete control over it for a round. As the systems go dead, and you're in complete darkness. And you see another light go on over here, and then a big dark shape moves in between them.
Maybe we should just not turn the light on? Feels like this thing is going for the light.
All right. I can still monitor it with the funny helmet.
You can still monitor it with the funny helmet. That's the only thing. You put that on, and then like your vision lights up again. But right now it is pitch black in here. I'll tell you what happens. You sit there in this darkness for a moment. You put the helmet on, and there's something enormous right there. The craft gets slammed. It's going to take 3 damage to the hull. As you hear it creaking, you see where some of the spikes are like placed in and affixed, and some of that mechanism on the outer shell. You watch like it bends and dents as you realize you hear or feel like some sort of creature bellowing underwater as it tears itself open on the spikes of your craft and quickly retreats from you for a moment. Your craft goes tumbling.
Oh, shit.
You are spinning out of control. I would like everyone to make me a speed roll to kind of like collect themselves.
And a nausea roll.
And to not get slammed around.
14.
14, 16,
19.
19. 2. Cornelius is going to take 4 might damage as you
Take your shirt off.
no seatbelts in this thing. You slam against the wall and the controls, and you leave like a real nice imprint of one of the controls just in your body.
Covered in Victor water.
Water.
Everyone who is starting to dry off,
apologetic.
all the sweat and the extra water that got into this thing is just sloshed around again. Everyone, no one else takes damage from this, but your ship, like in the next round, you spend all of your effort to just get it righted. You lose an entire round from this, not one, and any sort of advance that you'd gained in the race is gone. You're deeper. You get the craft under control. I would like an observation check from Dale. If you're using the helmet, it costs 1 energy.
Otherwise, it might just me looking around.
Otherwise, it's just you looking around.
Where are we on energy? 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it with my eyes.
Yeah. It's pitch black. So the difficulty with your eyes is going to be a 21.
What's the difficulty with the helmet?
The difficulty with the helmet's a 12.
Because I can't hit a 21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
so
you
I'll...
have
And the lights
any
are off
skills
at the moment.
that
Lights are off.
I mean skills, maybe effort, it can lower it?
Unless you want the lights to be back on when you turn the system back on.
Sensing danger.
Nope.
You have sensing danger. Okay, it's an 18 then.
Let's do it. 17!
Oh. Is anyone giving Dale a help action in this moment? That means not doing anything else that you're doing, but helping to look out the windows.
Can I do like an action where I use the grabber system to kind of feel?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
help?
Yeah, that's like within 10 feet
Yeah.
of the craft. Maybe 15 feet. You can add that to as a help action. It brings Dale over the threshold.
Great.
The grabber system makes contact with something.
What you got there, Ensign?
Well, I got the darkness, and I got something that's feeling in there.
You,
I don't know.
You-
Can I see what it is?
It's something solid. It's not organic. It's not like moving around or anything. You
Okay.
grab and like you can wrap on it like a little bit and grip it, but it's solid.
Oh, we want solid.
Yeah. The bottom? A rock? Something like that.
our ship?
A ship.
Let's hold on to it and see if we can restore some of the energy.
That's my turn, though. I had to make that observation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you're just gonna hang tight in the darkness and try to restore energy. Fix or restore energy?
I think I can't restore the energy right now because I broke the thing that restores energy.
You can restore it. You can use it to restore. It just had a fart.
Okay. That's fine.
It just, there was-
As a software developer, this is what I say about our systems.
yeah. It just
It just had a fart.
It just had a fart. There was a bit of like, gas or something, whatever in there.
Oh, then yeah, I'll try to restore energy.
Okay, are you giving the help action for this?
Oh, yes, please.
So it goes down to a 9, and if you want to put effort in, it'll drop it.
9's good. I should be able to hit a 9. Oh, I hit a 9.
A 9. Roll me a d6.
6, come on, that's like number 3.
Yay.
You put 3 energy back into it, and you still have that battery.
So we could switch on the lights now to see what it is.
Well, I'm just doing it here because it's too far away.
Okay.
So, you sit down here in the bottom of the... You hear, we have just been attacked. We have just been slapped by a big old something or other. We're still in the race. We're trying to get down to the bottom, but we're taking invasive maneuvers, just keeping you updated.
we're having a little trouble with our systems here. We also got bumped by this thing, but we took defensive maneuvers and we believe we have injured it slightly. We're just going to sit tight and try to restore full power over.
Captain, it's attracted by the light.
Oh yeah, we've reason to believe that it's attracted by the light, so if you go dark, maybe it won't spot you so easily. Over.
How the fuck are you supposed to see anything down here?
Well, maybe if you'd packed some decent Numenera, you'd be able to find your way around. Over.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Get his ass, Dale.
So the system goes up together with corn. Oh God.
You are all right. It's the next round of the race. You're sitting in pitch blackness. You've wrapped the tentacle gripper around something firm, but you do not have a clear idea of where you are or what's going on. You know, depth-wise, you have a little bit of like a gauge. You're closing in on like 500 feet deep or 600 feet deep, somewhere around there. You're quite deep.
Oh, that's quite deep. Okay. Can I see if I can move the thing that I'm holding? Or if it if I move it, or if it moves us?
Yeah,
you know?
make me a might check.
Okay.
Difficulty 12, because you're using the tentacle.
Okay, I'll use some might.
Great,
for
to drop it down to a 9.
Mm-hmm. 2.
2. You like try to move, the craft kind of gets whipped around. You're unable to move whatever it is that you're holding on to.
Well,
It means it's something big.
And
Yeah.
as you're moving the craft around, it kind of like slams into something else. Take 1 point of damage
Fuck.
to the hull. You're like,
I've not rolled above a 10 today, I think. Or maybe once or twice.
there's a uneasy silence that settles again.
Is there any way to like get one of your shiny things, to not turn the light on our ship, but turn the light on the object, like to basically throw like this shiny thing?
I don't think we want to be opening any doors.
Yeah, yeah. We can't
I think
unseal,
I think my glow globes are gone. But I have. No, I don't have anything like that. No. But I can turn. I have the observator's wand. What does that do again?
The wand shoots. energy.
Oh yeah, of course. I was just
It
going to turn the
also-
lights on in my next turn.
It also, I think it helps you make observations, actually, because it is the observator's wand.
But do I have to blast something to do that?
No, I don't think so. I think this is something it can do. Let me just try to look up what I
Yeah.
wrote.
If we have
on
a
it.
small thing, I have a comb that lights up hair. I'm just trying to think.
Yes.
Okay, the thing for your masters, the scale of us, the scale of submarine, the scale
It's a
of...
small light though, you know what the big light, right? If we get out of the tentacle, if it can just like...
Should have attached it before we got in to the tentacle. A couple of zip ties.
Exactly.
Calm the water.
We should have like a dummy with really shiny mustache to attract the
No.
eldritch eye horror.
I was like, is anyone wearing a wig? And then we light up the wig and throw it in the water.
I am, but you don't know that.
Oh!
What does the observator's wand do?
You can use 3 intellect to get an asset on artificing and manipulating Numenera. Not understanding, but just...
Okay, no. No, I'll just turn the lights on in my next turn.
Okay.
Anyone else have things that they want to do?
I mean, I think I can continue charging this to keep us.
Yeah, cool.
Have we got a means of like collecting samples?
Oh,
There's this
The
gripper,
tentacle.
and there's like a little pouch.
Okay. Cool.
Also, like, if you're attached to something that isn't moving, could it be the side of the lake? And if so, can we just like follow it down since we don't know where we
Yeah,
are?
well, we'll soon find out once I turn the lights on my next turn.
All right. So yeah, I'll just keep storing up energy.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
7.
That's not gonna
It's not going to do
get
it.
as much. Okay.
But you spend some time sort of
Yeah.
like trying to pull this, crank that, twist this, bop that.
Pull it.
Yeah,
Twist
exactly.
it. Can we evolve a Bop It minigame next session, please?
Yeah, yeah. So this engine, essentially, it's like a Bop It in a way. It has like all of these different like crank it, pump it, feed it.
Maniac has repurposed the Bop It. The hell?
Well, the conceit of Numenera is that it's objects from past ages that you don't know what their function was, but you've repurposed
So we
it.
were worried it would be a PlayStation controller controlling this thing.
but it's a Bop
It's a Bop It.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a much younger kids play.
Yeah. Okay.
Which works better.
Which
Easier
might
to
explain why you're in trouble right now.
Don't crank it, twist it.
Don't twist it, feed it. Lick it. Poke it.
We played with different Bop It
Pull it.
kids.
This is this
I
submarine
have no
specific
idea what
Bop
this
It.
is.
Horny Bop It.
Horny Bop
Horny
It.
Lick
Bop
it. Tweak it. Spank
That
it.
almost definitely is that. No.
For research purposes, where can
You turn on the lights and you are it's not the floor of the lake. It is like wreckage. Absolute you're maybe on the side of the crater of the lake, but it's not like you're not looking at plant matter, or you are looking at plants and stuff that have grown around just absolute wreckage of built artifice material. So there's like poles and beams and twisted pieces of rubble and wreckage for 100 feet in any direction below you. The thing you smashed into was a beam that sort of like, as you twisted around, your tentacle is gripping onto like some sort of substructure from some sort of building or installation or something that has been completely crumpled and twisted, turned into like a potato chip of, if you take steel and just fold it and bend it, absolute wreckage all around you. Sloping in a direction.
Does it look like there's been an implosion?
It looks like there's been an explosion.
Okay.
So pushed out. At the edge of the vision, you can see some sort of shadow of a much larger structure.
we have the direction? Turn the light off.
Then we can't see where we're going. We're gonna bash into this thing and cause a whole more damage.
We'll have guests.
Well, I think I'm gonna bank on that. We've scared it off.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done it enough
All
damage.
right.
We heard it moaning.
And I can stand prepared with the harpoon.
Yep.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
move.
go in the direction.
Yeah. You start to power toward it. Costs an energy
Yeah.
to move this craft. You reel the harpoon in, and so that's your action to reload it. And you're
I'm going to try to charge again.
uh-huh.
8.
Oi. You got any XP?
I do have the 1 XP.
I feel like we need
I
some
mean, but
energy,
I think
don't
they
we?
still go based at 6 energy.
Oh, 6, I thought we were 4. Great,
No,
okay,
we
okay.
got back some, yeah.
And health-wise, you're at
6 as well.
6 as well, so halfway.
So the repair would get us health?
Repair could get you. Did I put in how much?
No.
Repair something blank.
3.
Repair something. It's gonna get you back 1 point.
Of health.
Yeah, of health.
Yeah.
It just, we will still have the forest, they will just not have glitter and blueberry. Just like healthier ones.
So the systems are working, but you have like there's a couple dents now in this in the cabin that you're in, and things that just like when you start to drive it, it's like you get that like grinding like and then it goes away like at some speed.
Yeah.
There's just like this rattle. something is loose, you know, all these kinds of things. Also, like your leg is starting to cramp up. The ones in the back who are all squeezed in there. Cornelius, you're large. You're a big guy, so yeah. So you start to move toward this thing, and you see this. The light kind of reveals sort of wreckage around a structure that just kind of like goes up 50, 100 feet. You think you might be in the middle of the lake based on how the bottom kind of like flattens out a little bit, and it is just a forest of rubble and destroyed detritus. Whatever happened here was an enormous explosion, and you can see sticking up as you approach it a tower of some sort. As you get closer to it, you see that the texture of it is almost like that of like tree bark in a way, like this really striated, almost like scales, but very textured organic scales, whereas on an animal, scales are very regular, but on a tree, the bark, when it turns into this scaly texture, it's really like layers and layers and peeling layers and cracks and crevices going up and up and up to this really just like splintered opening that you're coming up under, of like like something like flowering open, jagged petals of whatever this material is stretching out.
Should we try and go into that flower?
Can we tell if this is anything like the architecture of the Blackhawks that we saw in the Temple of All the Clouds?
Make a some sort of knowledge roll. That would be an intellect roll. I would say it's intimidating at 18. You can get help from your friends on this if you want. You can apply effort if you want.
I'll apply some effort.
Yeah. Someone someone is trained in like knowledge and history, right? Or no, you have a disadvantage in that.
Yep.
Okay.
I won't get in the way.
Yeah.
I'm trained in patterns.
Not quite.
Okay.
All right.
Some improv, did you?
15 then?
15. So you're putting in, is anyone giving any just a generic help action? Like to put your mind to it?
Yeah, because I don't think I have anything too important to do next time. I did want to record.
Okay.
But yeah. You need help?
Yeah.
Okay, go on,
Good
yeah.
help. So it'll be
12.
Yeah. Oh, 9.
9.
Nothing.
All algae covered seaweed or lake bottom plants, just all kinds of vines and muck and other stuff. It's really hard to tell is it the same type of stone, is it anything. It's almost like you can see like half of a window in the shape of something, and then just everything. It's so destroyed in this area. And you power up to the top. It costs an energy to make that climb.
At 5 now?
And you reach sort of the top of this thing, and it looks like a trunk of a tree or something. It's almost like it's a wooden texture, like it has a grain to it. You can see the grains peeling off in the water, bloated and waterlogged, but also like sort of broken. And as you move past, some of the finer ones sort of like quiver as you move past them. But the large petals of this are easily, the largest splinters are easily the size of your sub in diameter and longer.
Can I identify this natural plant with my skills of identifying natural plants?
Yes, make me, it would be an 18, but now it's a 15 for you, and if you want to add intellect, you can.
No. 7.
7.
Doesn't help.
There's something about it that you're like, I should be getting something on this, but you can't quite place it at the moment.
All right. Can I tell anything about it?
You can tell that it was a very, very big plant at
Okay.
one point in time.
But not something I recognize.
No.
Okay.
So you're sitting over, it's almost like a cauldron or caldera in a way.
Are we above this?
You've come up into like between the petals.
Yeah.
So you've, you know, if your sub is like give me that d20. It's like this, like scale wise.
Yeah.
And you've come up into this, looking into this caldera, and it's you point your light down into it, and it just like descends into this wooden structure, sheared, and when the light passes the edges of it, you can see it's blackened from whatever explosion this was, and it's funny because it changes. The explosion looks like it's going outward, but then you look down the tube and you can see the explosion went down into this thing as well. And it sort of seems like when you're sitting in that, you may be sitting in the epicenter of the explosion that created the lake. Down the sides of this thing, there's also organic mass growing, some sort of like vines or whatever that seems to have like, or seaweed or something that just seems to be growing down into it. You hear, we've taken on some damage. We're Mayday. Something attacked us and bit off one of our fins. And we're unable to steer really well. We don't know how to. We've just been diving. Any insight? Is that your light that we see?
Our light's not on, is it?
Your light's on.
Yeah. Yep, that's us. If you can follow the light, come get us. Do you need us to dive and retrieve you, though?
I think we're gonna get to you. We're gonna be on top of you in just a moment. It might be bringing company.
Oh, they're coming from above?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They are diving and they cannot steer.
Not well.
Not
no.
well. Okay.
Try not to land on top of us. We've got defenses up. Over.
Thanks for the warning. Yep, we can see you coming into view. We're just gonna try to take evasive maneuvers. And
maybe time to turn the light off.
We're gonna turn the light off. We don't want to attract this beast. So try not to land on us. Over.
We got a beat on your position, and we're heading there.
All right.
So, in this moment, you have a moment to act. You can turn the light off, or you can try to look and see if you can see them coming from the observation position. Anyone else can look, but you have a higher DC to look because you have shitty windows to look out of. What does anyone else want to do? You're sitting
I'm piloting
down into this tube.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't we waiting for them?
Yeah, well, they're and I'm blooming.
But they can't move around.
That's fair.
I could use some help.
Observing?
Well, no, because the light is an action, but it's no roll.
No roll.
There are three things I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to turn off the light, I want to look in the funny helmet, and I want to record, but I can only do one of those things each
Yeah,
time.
I can help. I'll just hold.
You can operate the camera if you want.
But then there's no point in having the camera on if the light's off.
No, but the observation helmet doesn't need the lights, right? Like
Sure, but I want to record this beast, but we can't, if we turn the light off, we can't do that, so.
I think we need to record the stem.
But again, the light needs to be on, I presume.
Yeah.
Is it a night vision camera?
You don't know.
Don't know.
It's got a film canister in it,
Probably not.
and
Light
then a
night
big old
vision.
lens on the outside of the.
No.
Should we kill the light first, see if the beast attacks? If it doesn't, we can switch it back on and record.
Okay, let's try that.
Cool. Great.
Good night, Mary Sue.
It's the Mary's Revenge. You're holding.
I was
Steady?
doing a Walton's.
Are you like holding an action or?
Walton's reference.
I will hold an action.
Yeah.
So like when they're here and they can see us, then I will start going into the stem.
Cool.
Wait, I can hold like a better action. Like, how about I evade an attack of a beast if I see it?
So you're going to hold in evasive maneuvers. And
Yes.
I will try to charge again.
charge again.
Oh, 16.
16, roll a d6.
2.
2 points of energy.
Can I
That's something.
hold a help action
Yeah.
to use the graviprom to help with evasive maneuvers?
Yes. So this device just adjusts the gravity around the vehicle. And so you can use it to create like hairpin turns and stuff like this. At, of course, high stress to the occupants of the craft, but it's a pretty cool tool. You can sort of like pinpoint, change gravity around you. I'm going to throw you an intervention if you want it. Yeah. Okay. Take 2 XP, distribute 1 to somebody else.
Cornelius, how much XP do you have?
1.
1. Take 1.
Yay.
You are, you're sort of waiting and watching, and you're kind of like looking up at an odd angle outside the observatory dome, and you see this light coming rapidly. It's coming rapidly, and then you see another shape just like and knock it, and it's spinning all of a sudden, and it spins and passes you and clips the ship as it's going. Like it's spinning hard, and it smashes, like it clips one of the tips of one of the spikes. Make me an evasive maneuvers roll.
Our ship.
Yeah. Make me an evasive maneuvers roll.
15.
15. That costs 1 energy as you pull the motor, and you only catch, you watch your one of the spikes from your ship just drag a neat line across theirs, just very gently on the most outer layer of their submarine. You can see other dents and places where like the fin has been fully pulled off, and they go spiraling and bouncing down the this tube shaft that you're in.
They are in the tube.
Yeah, they
Okay.
pass you. You manage to not get pulled into an out of control spin by their passing you, but they definitely made contact with your ship, and because you had the spikes out, it definitely created a mark on theirs.
Do I see bubbles?
What the other thing you see is you see the shape pull up from the tube and just sort of circle.
The shape pulled out
The
of
shape, no, the shape that has been chasing them, this creature. You don't have your lights on, so it's in the vanishing light of theirs as they descend down the tube. But you watch it not chase them down the tube. You watch it come up and circle, like, and start to like occupy the space at the top of the tube.
Okay. Let's follow them in the tube and also hide from the thing in the tube.
Yeah.
You start going down. Let's take this round of actions to figure out what you want to do.
I can support an acceleration if you want to do that.
What does it do?
To accelerate.
I don't think we need to get there
Okay.
fast, and I'm careful about our energy level.
I can also support observation if you want to get a clear idea of what this thing is.
We have our light on or off? I forget.
It's off right now.
Off.
I mean, when we go into the tube, we can turn it on because the thing
Yeah.
will not fit in the tube.
Anyone in the
Close.
ship can take an action to turn the light on, because the
Okay.
cord dangles through the full center of the ship. You know, and at the bottom it has that tiny little plastic.
Yeah.
little
Well, then I
triangle bit.
wanna record this thing.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna point the camera at it.
cool.
And you
Then
get
I'll
the light
just
on?
continue charging.
Well, can you? Sorry, light is what? On?
Light is off right now.
Off. Can you turn the light on?
Okay, I
now?
can turn the light on.
Sweet. Okay.
It is crazy that it takes the whole action to turn the light on.
It needs multiple.
I need
Okay.
I need a lamp in front of me to keep track of what's going on.
There's a game called Space Alert where you pilot like a shitty spaceship, and there's not enough energy to distribute through the systems, and like the elevator can only take 1 crew member at a time. So it's kind of like, it's not a perfect
It's by
construction.
design, isn't
It's
it?
by design,
Oh,
yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm delighted that you're running into this, like, why? So you turn the light on, you turn the camera on. Camera costs 1 energy to spool up the. No, you don't have to crank it yourself.
wow.
It's cranked by the engine. That's why it
Luxury.
costs an energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ah, it makes sense.
Right?
Okay.
Better. If it
Okay.
was this
Yeah.
kind of crank.
Amazing what they can do these days with.
But this way it can
Cranks.
just run. So you can like crash, like you can
Yeah.
point it at things and then you can
Okay.
lose control of it and crash, and it can be half buried in the muck and you can see like the people being eaten
Okay,
in
great,
the
great.
camera, and then
Let's
the
just-
footage is recovered later and people.
in our black box after we
Yes.
perish. Yeah, great.
So you point the camera. Where are you pointing it?
At the creature.
At the creature. Cool. So light on. You point the camera at this creature. You see just massive tentacles around a like fish shaped. It's almost like a whale, but the back half of it is tentacles. And up front, you know how whales have like all of these sort of like barnacles or like bumps on them. Eyes blinking, 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 and then the tentacles whipping, and you see just like sharp spines or teeth or something as like part of its mouth opens, what might be a mouth, and it just sort of like sits there for a moment as you descend. You
Do we want to remove the spikes as we are like landing on the other ship?
That's a good idea. Can I retract?
And also less scratchy the stem.
Yeah, it can't fit through this tube, can it? The
You can-
creature?
the creature doesn't seem to be trying to go
Okay,
into the
okay.
tube.
Okay.
My action is retracting the spikes.
You retract the spikes, and you're going down. Costs an energy as you descend.
I feel like I'm spending energy all the time and you're struggling to.
I mean, that's what this is set up as, I think. It's not an accident.
It's a little bit of like a fun resource management puzzle in a way. You descend and descend and descend, and the vines sort of like at points in time you feel like you realize you push through a couple vines that are looping across this, and they part. You can see a hole through it that this other craft took as it drilled down deep into this, and it's getting more and more organic as you go in. And then you hit a point where you see kind of like sort of like a portal of vines almost. They're like wrapped in and twisted together, and
A portal of wine.
a portal of vines or something, some sort of texture. It's like this spiraling kind of like twisting together, and as you approach it, it kind of like starts to part and open a little bit, and you keep descending into it, and it kind of like you come in and it kind of like closes behind you.
And that
And-
we didn't film?
You're filming it at this point.
Sure.
You're filming because at some point you lose
Yeah.
you point the camera down, and the in front of you there's another like wall of vines that starts to part, and as it parts you feel that the structure of this thing, you feel it's maybe that the floor beneath you shifts, or that maybe gravity changes, because instead of being pulled downward you feel the pressure kind of like change, and the craft sort of settles onto something, and your craft is surrounded by vines, you know, like one of those they're brushing against the outer windows of this thing, and sort of like as you go through and across the outside of the hull, and then you can feel the power of this thing sort of like catch and sputter as you notice the water level has changed around you, and the craft is half out of the water, sort of like half embedded in the vines, and you come through into a clear space with light shining in, and you can see just like a slightly crumpled submarine in front of you, partially held in by the vines in a puddle of water, and you can watch as you're sitting there, and your craft is kind of like creeping forward with a little bit left, and the vines are kind of like either pulling or pushing or folding around you. You can feel it shift from something sort of like moving subtly, and you watch the hatch on their craft open up, and you watch somebody stumble out and like drop down into just like knee-deep water, mucky water, as like smoke comes out of their craft. The entire side of it that rubbed against the interior of this is just like torn. The outer panels are torn open. Their craft looks pretty bad off. And you're sitting here in this bed of vines looking down a tunnel deeper into whatever this wooden structure is.
Wooden structure.
Yeah, it's like the interior of whatever this tree or whatever was. And that's where we're going to call the session.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good one.
So that was the first part of the race to the bottom of Lake Derset, and now you're at the bottom of Lake Derset, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Technically, they won.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, they haven't retrieved it. It's going to come back
True,
up.
they have to get out.
I think we've got this one in the bag.
You are, yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, who's to say? And you had your camera on. You don't know if they had a camera on or anything like that, but your camera is still recording and is seeing the interior of this. It's basically like, wood structure and water dripping down, water dripping past you because it's coming from the lake. It's kind of like dripping and flowing around your ship, creating a little river that's kind of running under the ship, but there's not quite enough water for your craft to propel itself anymore. And so you've sort of run out of steam here, and it extends deeper. So, exciting. All right, thank you everyone for joining us, and this was the second episode of Chapter 3 of our Numenera saga, and you can always catch this on video on demand, so if you like what you're watching, please send it to your friends from our YouTube link, which is Tales Held Dear on YouTube, and social media everywhere is Tales Held Dear. And again, to reiterate, we have an exciting show May 31st at 800A in Bedding. We'll have the ticket link for you very soon, so watch our social media. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more, please subscribe, and please consider leaving us a tip. There's links in the bio or description of this below. We want to thank our partners. Special thanks to Vincent Run and Andrew Carger for gear, and Comedy Cafe Berlin for the camera gear that we use, and Bear Radio for continued audio support. They're an awesome Berlin-based podcast network at bearradio.org. And also, yeah, come see any of us perform at Comedy Cafe Berlin sometime. Anything else that we've got going on? So, yeah, thank you so much. I think we have coming up next in 2 weeks, it might be an interlude because we might be one player from our main group short, so we may have something else going on, or we'll adjust the schedule and we will try our best to let you know on social media because we're so good at that. And anything else? No? All right, great. Then I will take us off. Thank you so much.